Yeah.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
It's good to have you here, sir.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you so much for joining us on the Yes You Can live broadcast. And I also want to welcome everyone who's watching. Please just let us know where you're watching from. Just send a comment, just say hi, just say anything. Let us know where you're watching from. All right. And this is Yes You Can. Yes You Can is all about inspiration, motivation, and transformation. And today we are having the very first ever YouTube live. And we are honored to have a very special and an amazing guest with us today, Pastor Tosin Tanimola. He's a leadership coach, a life coach, and so much more. And we're going to be blessed. He has you know, a lot of stuff to share with us today. He's loaded. So if you're watching, please stay tuned and enjoy the rest of the broadcast. Hello, sir.
Thank you. Hello.
Uh,
Good morning,
all
good
right,
afternoon, good
sir.
evening, wherever you're watching from. Thank you. Yeah.
Sir. Thank you, sir. I would like to start from this point. I think sometime this year or last year we got talking, and you shared with me a book you're about to release, a book of yours that will be launched very soon, I believe on your birthday. And you
Yeah.
told me the title of the book, which is What If I Succeed? Now, the title of that book alone provoked a lot of things within me, and that was what inspired the title of today's broadcast, What If I Succeed? So, and what if I succeed is a very challenging question. I believe it answers a lot of questions that are in the hearts of a lot of people.
Yeah.
And that is what we are going to talk about today. So we have four areas we're going to be talking about. Um, the first is purpose. The second is marriage, relationship. The third is career. And the fourth is business. So my first question to you today is, okay, first of all, can you introduce yourself
Yeah.
again once more? Let the people get to know you better. I
Yeah.
feel
Thank
like
you
I'm
very much.
rushing. All right, sir.
My name is Tosin Tosin Tanimola.
Yes, sir.
Well, you've introduced me. I'm a pastor. I'm a transformational coach. I'm a leadership coach. I'm also an IT expert. I work as the senior application analyst, and I'm a family man. Anyways,
Yes, sir.
I'm married with one wife. I'm blessed with three children. We are about 11 years in
Wow.
marriage now. I will be 12 this year. Um, and I'm currently based in the United Kingdom. So
It- It's such an honor to have you here, sir. It's such an honor. So my
thank you.
first question is, what is purpose and how does one find purpose?
Okay, that's very important. I would define purpose as purpose is um, your your life
Yes, sir.
ministry, your life ministry,
Mm,
the essence of your existence. That is purpose. So I think it's just simple like that. Purpose is the essence of your existence. Why
wow.
you are
Wow.
living.
Wow.
So Mike Murrow said, Dr. Mike Murrow of blessed memory said, when purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable.
Mm,
If you cannot find the why, you will not be able to accurately define your what. And
wow.
it will be a problem for you to determine the how.
Wow.
So purpose is your why. Why am I living? What is the essence
Mm,
of my life? To what reason was I created? So
yes, sir.
determining that is what will now influence what do I want to do. Because you see, many a times I see many people look at what they want to do to
Mm,
define why they want to do it, which is the other way around. You have to know why you are doing what to do, and it will inform what you want to do. In other words,
mm,
who you are will determine what you do.
wow. Wow. Wow.
It
So
is
you
not
don't first of all choose what to do. You must first of all know who you are.
who you are,
before you know what to do.
you should determine what to do. Because that is why you can, that is how you can break frustration.
Hmm,
Because in what you do, there will be challenges.
hmm, hmm,
Ability to persevere and move on is remembering why you are actually doing it and who you are.
hmm, hmm.
It will help you to
Wow.
build resilience. You know that there is a reason I can't just give up.
Yes, sir.
Jesus says, I must do the work of it that sent me. There is no, it is difficult, I know, but there is a purpose
Hmm.
behind it.
Yes, sir.
There is a joy that was set before me.
Hmm,
It makes me to endure the cross.
hmm.
So when
Wow.
you know the
Wow.
purpose of your existence, it helps you to build
Yes, sir.
courage, to build resilience, and it helps you to forge ahead. You just know that
Hmm.
for this reason was I born.
Yeah.
For this
Wow.
purpose. It may be difficult, but I have to get through.
Yes, sir.
Because when you always come from the perspective of who you are, you will be able to you will always be finding what to do.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
Let me leave it at that.
Wow. All right, sir. When you come from the perspective of who you are, you would always find what to do. You'd always know what you're supposed to do. And I believe when you know who you are, it will be able to define your process.
Yeah,
You'll be able to understand why certain things are happening in your life. But when you don't know who you are, you cannot explain. There are things that will happen in your life, and you might just give a wrong conclusion
yeah.
because you do not know who you are. For instance, Joseph in the Bible, Joseph was sold into slavery, was thrown into the well, he was thrown into the prison. But at the end of the day, what made Joseph to prevail was that he understood who he was and God's purpose for his life. He
Mhm,
understood that he was one that would bring the children of Israel to Egypt so that they could grow and become a nation. So
mhm.
as a result of that, he was able to, forgive his brothers. He was able to, look at whatever he was going through as a training, not as, suffering and all of that. So how
Absolutely.
does one find his or her purpose?
Yes. Finding your purpose is embedded in so many things, and there is no one way to it.
Mm,
From my own perspective, um, because so many things shapes you, and
mm,
your life will always give a code of who you are. Sometimes your experiences. Some people find their purpose through pain.
mm,
Yeah. Some people find their purpose through passion.
mm.
Do you see it now?
Yes, sir.
So, generally speaking, I will limit it to those two. You can find your
Wow.
purpose through passion.
Pain
You
and
can also
passion.
find your purpose through pain.
So can you elaborate more on pain?
Yes.
Purpose through
There are
pain. Yes, sir.
instances and there are occurrences in your life that defines the reason for your life.
Hmm,
Because the challenge will always come in the direction of your purpose.
hmm.
And because your purpose is not only for you, it is only through you.
How? Not only
Because
for you.
essence of purpose is to impact others.
Hmm.
Do you understand it? And
Yes,
the
sir.
devil will fight that purpose not just because of you alone, but because of
Hmm.
others.
Oh wow. 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 So let's establish something here, sir. So
Yes.
your purpose is not even for your fulfillment.
No.
Wow. Many people are looking for purpose. They're trying to give their own life a meaning.
They've
And I
not
think
really.
that's where the difficulty comes from. Because if you're trying to give your own life a meaning, you would want to do what you want. But when you understand that it is something God has ordained to happen through you,
Through you.
then you will be satisfied with whatever God has called you to do. Whatever
Absolutely.
God wants, you'll be able to, let go of certain things because you have to hold on to certain things for God.
Yeah.
Wow, 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 wow. This is powerful, sir.
So
Purpose
there
is
are
not for
pains.
you.
There
Yes,
are
sir.
things that happen in people's life,
Mm,
and it is
mm,
in those moments of pain you discover purpose.
mm,
Sometimes
mm,
you are called to love, but
mm.
everywhere you love, any person you love turns about to backbite you.
Hmm.
It is in those pains you recognize the reason why some things happen in you.
Yes, sir. Ah.
Because
Mm,
sometimes the journey to the palace is through prison.
mm. Wow. Wow.
Because every of your purpose is always in its raw state.
Mm,
You see, the reason why some things have never happened in people's life is that the version of you, your current version of you, cannot carry the software of what you intend to be.
I'm going to revisit this live stream.
Hmm.
There's a whole lot to get out of this. I'm going to revisit it. Definitely.
So, though it is through you, but you need to build capacity to be able to carry it. There is a weight that
Hmm.
your purpose, I told you before that your purpose is for others, is for impact.
Yeah.
There
Yes,
is a
sir.
weight of what you need to carry that you need to
Hmm.
grow to build capacity towards it.
Hmm.
Joseph had to go through those phases to learn so many things.
Wow. Wow.
So that when he becomes prime minister, he will be a better prime minister.
Hmm.
Because you can't get to where you have not prepared for. Even when you get to it, it will destroy you.
Hmm.
David has been ordained long before. He was tending his father's sheep. He was ordained before his manifestation with Goliath.
Hmm. Yes, sir.
So it's important. So there are people that find their purpose through pain. It is in that place. Some people discover, they have to do this thing. And that purpose, people now begin, wow. Because you see, the thing is that sometimes it could be your story that
Hmm.
will make the difference in your life. Your story
Yeah.
can be your
Yeah.
asset.
Yes. Yes, sir.
And people will look at, if you can go through this and you pull through, I can also do
Hmm.
it.
Hmm.
And people find vision, people find courage, people find confidence
Yes,
because of
sir.
because of your story.
Hmm. Hmm.
But when those stories were happening, it was as if God has abandoned you, all your life has finished. But it is in the
Hmm.
midst of that that you discover
Wow. So your pain
your
leads can
passion.
be your pain or passion.
Yeah,
You can find your purpose through your pain or your passion. So
absolutely.
meaning your pain is not a reason of suffering. It's not so when you're loving people and they are hating you or backbiting you, it doesn't mean you should now close the chapter of love. It means God is about to teach you how to love.
Yeah,
And I believe that
because
the
the
bedrock
devil
of
will always fight your point of
yes, sir.
impact, of purpose.
Mm,
Why is it only you?
yes. Mm, mm, yes, sir. And before I go to the next question,
Yeah,
you know, I believe that the bedrock or the foundation for purpose is love.
yeah,
It's for God to love the world that He gave His only begotten Son. Whosoever believes in Him will not perish but have the everlasting life. So the bedrock, your purpose is because God loved some people. And I believe that if there is no love in you, it will be difficult or probably even impossible to step in the shoes of purpose. Thank you so much, sir. So I'll
yeah.
move on to the next question immediately.
Okay.
The next question is about career. A lot of people have this question of what career path should I choose? So can you share with us on how to choose a career path? Because okay, share with us on how to choose a career path, and then I'll ask the next question also.
Well, I'm not a career advisor or expert, but I will just drop my thoughts
Okay,
on
sir.
these things. The most important thing in life is define why you are in life. It will change. I told you that who you are will define what you do.
Yes, sir.
So the career you take will tell the part of your purpose.
Hmm.
And that's important. Because I can't say do this to find your career. Yes, of course, there are other factors, external factors, the things you like, the things you do this one, the passion, the things you enjoy. But we have also seen that you could actually be successful in things you don't enjoy doing too.
Yeah, true, sir.
Do you understand?
True, sir.
It's just about
Yes.
you being diligent about it. And I've seen people that studied medicine and they tell you that I'm just doing this for my father. That's not what I want to do. And they did well in medicine. It's not that they did poorly. They did extremely well. But yet they've
Okay.
discovered that it's not what they wanted, it's not their purpose. I have seen.
Okay, sir.
He told me, he said, see, after this certificate, I'm going to do my mechanical engineering. And he passed, he did well.
Wow.
It's not that he did not do well.
Okay,
So it's not
sir.
a function
All
of
right, sir. Let's.
yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Um, I think we'll have, for some reasons, we have. I don't think we have up to 15 minutes.
Okay,
Yeah, so I'm going to rush the questions now.
no worries.
Now, there are believers who, they are in the mark in their part of career, but they are not doing well, and it's as a result of a religious belief. You find a Christian working in a system and there are no results, and he wants to spiritualize everything. Meanwhile, he's not doing the research he's supposed to do, he's not carrying out instructions, but you just spiritualize everything. And they say their bosses hate them, different kinds of stuff. So I just want you to please address all of these things. What are the principles that a believer must take to the place of, his or her career, his or her workplace, and how to manage, with your bosses and all of those things?
You see, the thing is this. I think many people have been wrongly taught.
Mm,
And I'm a pastor, I'm a coach, and I work in the
yes, sir.
secular world.
Yes,
And
sir.
it's not my speaking in tongues that is getting the job done.
Mm.
It is me knowing the job that is getting the job done.
Ah, mm,
Seeth a man diligent in his business. He's not seeth a
mm,
Christian.
mm.
If a Babalawo is diligent, he will stand before kings. We
Yes,
have
sir.
presidents of nation going inside the bush to go and see one Baba.
Mm, mm.
It's a universal principles. It's a universal
Yes, sir.
principle. This life works by principle. There is nothing like there are some things that prayer cannot even give you.
Mm.
Yes. Am I against prayer? No. Pray.
No.
Pray as if that's the only thing that depends on it. And walk as
Yeah.
if you are a non-believer. You don't even pray at all.
Mm.
Your skills will set you apart. You can't
Yes,
be
sir.
praying for money. God doesn't give money. God doesn't give you money. What
Mm.
God gives you is power to make wealth. And if you are not now developing that mind, so many people even limit God in the workings of their life because God cannot break principles of what He has said.
Mm.
He cannot break it. So you have to partner with God. That's why I'm always in there. You cannot even pray effectively without renewing your mind.
Mm.
So when you are in secular world, business, and all these things, there is God in there, but you need to develop yourself.
Yes, sir.
You need to build up your capacity. And that's what gets the job done.
Mm.
It's not your speaking in tongues that gets the job done. It's your knowing the work. The people that design many of all these things are not even Christians,
Mm.
but it's working. It's
Yes, sir.
producing results.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There must be the right seed before you can get the right fruit.
Mm. The right seed for the right fruit.
So it's not any seed. The key word there is the right one.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
And the
The
right
right one.
seed must be sown in the right environment, in the right soil.
Yes, sir.
The seed can be right, but it cannot germinate in some region due
Yes,
to the
sir.
conditions around.
Condition. Yes, sir. And sir, there are believers who have entitled mentality. They believe because I've been long in a place, I should be promoted. They relate based on sentiment, not based on productivity. What do you have to say about this? For instance, maybe someone is in a system he or she is not productive, and maybe a new person comes into the system, and then they say, this person likes, now because the person is productive, the person now, probably is closer to the head, or he receives more tasks, and then he receives promotion earlier than the other person, and they now begin to say, it is rich, it is this. What do you have to say about this, sir?
Ah, well, you see, the thing is, number one, many of all the companies that those have structures also. Number two, um, entitlement mentality would stop you from getting what you are supposed to get in the first place.
Hmm.
And your result is what speaks for you.
Yeah.
It's not the effort you put that matters. It's the result you make
Hmm.
that makes the
Hmm.
difference.
Hmm.
How well is your life productive? Many of these believers, if you ask them, what is your goal? What is your goal of enhancing your skills?
Hmm.
Even God doesn't use a non-entity.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Even you will not patronize a mediocre.
No, at all.
That's the
At
truth.
all. Yes,
What
sir.
are you doing to increase your productivity? I see many people here. You want to do business, you want to increase your sales. What are you doing?
Hmm.
What have you learned about your business that makes you unique?
Hmm. Hmm.
What difference are you bringing? It is when you partner that with God that now produce a bounty harvest. So you need to
Hmm.
increase your skills daily. They are the same set of believers that don't read books, you don't attend seminars, you don't
Yes.
increase your knowledge in any capacity. You can never be productive in this world.
Hmm.
You'll be
So
useless.
now, so now, the quality of result is the quality of what you are. So meaning that an individual should always find an opportunity to improve his or herself, to develop
Absolutely.
your skill, increase in knowledge, increase in understanding, understand what is working. Probably what was working for yesterday might not be what will work for today. New opportunities everywhere. The world is developing, and for productivity to increase, you have to flow with the development. Things are not the way they used to be before. Things are, transforming. And I believe that there are things God wants to put in our hands, that it requires our self-development for God to be able to put those things in our hands. And also, I
Absolutely.
believe that employers are looking out for such qualities. Heads of organizations, heads of churches, and all of that. They are looking out for this kind of qualities in a person. So, if you want to stand out, then you have to first of all make a decision within yourself to be different by improving yourself. Thank you
Absolutely.
so much, sir. Thank you, sir. So I'll ask you another question now. We've been blessed so far. I've been blessed. I believe everyone watching so far has been blessed as well. So the next I want to talk about is marriage and love. So, you know, in our society today, a lot of people are afraid to get married. A lot of young people will tell you that they would prefer to just, have baby mamas. Even believers say things like this. And they talk about the stress of being in a relationship. They see a lot of marriages that are having, a lot of storm, and they just say, I don't, in order to avoid this, I don't want to get into it at all. There are many ladies like that who are willing to, just have a child and just be on their own. So many men as well. Now, what would you have to say about marriage and love and relationship, relating it to God's purpose for our lives and relating it to, you know, our own success and other areas of our lives?
Oh, well, marriage is a beautiful thing, very beautiful. Yeah, there are issues here and there and stuff like that. But generally, I have a belief that, marriage is not just about love.
Hmm.
Marriage is also about purpose.
Hmm.
Love without a purpose will crash.
Wow.
But purpose with love will endure.
Wow.
I told you something before that when you know the purpose of why you are doing what you are doing, when you face the challenge, you remember the purpose.
Yeah, yeah.
I was just preparing something to
Mm,
write on my Facebook. When there is a purpose that binded you together,
mm,
it will be difficult. It's not that you will not get challenges, oh,
mm,
but you remember because your purpose is always greater than you.
mm.
So you remember that you are in this partnership
God,
to fulfill a purpose. And
God,
that's for
God.
ladies too. If God calls you a helpmeet, there must be something you are helping with.
Mm,
If you are a helpmeet, there must be something you are helping with.
mm.
So you must find a man that has a purpose that is going somewhere. And if you are going to help, you either at the same level or a little
Yes.
bit higher. You must have something you are contributing to help. If I'm carrying a load,
Mm.
I won't give it to an handicap to help me carry.
God.
If I need a help, I will look for. I won't give it to somebody that is a sickler to carry, even though he has two hands or she has two hands.
Mm,
So if you are going to help me carry my load, must be able to know my load and have the capacity to carry it.
mm.
So in both ways, marriage is a union that should be built on your purpose. So
God.
I have my purpose. I know that you are the right fit to
My
help
God.
me to achieve my
Mm,
purpose. So that means you begin to grow yourselves.
mm,
So, and
mm.
that compatibility is not that there will be challenges, and the challenges in marriage are unique.
Yeah.
They are unique. But on a general note, this helps you to navigate because when you remember, ah, this contribution in fulfilling this purpose
Yes,
will
sir.
help you to overcome those challenges.
Wow.
And that's why it's important. And that's why I tell people.
Mm,
So, and when you are another thing I see is that you don't just marry anybody anyhow. That's when I define what I want to do and who I am, I will marry people that somebody that has a capacity to help me.
mm.
So that will not be blinded by love. That will not be blinded by physical appearance, infatuations. Because I have a clear cut of where I'm going. So if I'm going to establish a company, I need a wife that knows maybe accounting or finance or business. You won't find a wife that is a non-entity. It's
No.
incompatibility. So there must be compatibility of mindset.
Yes, sir.
There must be compatibility of values. There
Mm,
must be compatibility of purpose. There must be compatibility of belief system.
mm.
So as you
Yes, sir.
begin to grow, and this is what I said, I tell my wife, I said, you see, one of the things I see is that when you have that purpose, you'll be able to grow together.
Hmm.
When you select based on this thing, based on love and infatuation, as you are growing, the person is not following you.
Hmm.
If he's not following, at some point, there will be a lot of difference between you and the person. You won't understand
Yes,
yourselves
sir.
again. Your
Yes,
communication
sir.
begins to be broken.
Yes, sir.
Because when you are saying this thing, he's saying another thing.
Hmm.
When you are bringing this idea, he's saying, no, it's useless. It doesn't make sense. So as you begin to grow, you are growing with yourselves. And I also
Hmm.
tell people that, so, and as God begins to lift you, because of the compatibility, you begin to
Yes,
lift your
sir.
spouse. You go together.
Yes, sir.
So as I'm becoming more exposed, she's also becoming exposed.
Hmm.
Because as you begin to grow in marriage, your preference will change.
Yeah.
And it doesn't used to be like this before. Things change.
Hmm.
Preference change. You are growing. A sign of growth is that you have new preferences.
Yes,
Things
sir.
I used to do before, I don't want to do it again. What's the sign of maturity? The things you do before, you don't do them again. The things you don't do, you pick them up. When I'm exposed, my taste will change because of what I have
Hmm.
seen.
Yeah.
My mindset will change.
Sir. 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 Due to some reasons I cannot say here, we'll have to end the video now. But I want to plead with you that can we have a part two?
No, no problem. No problem.
All right, sir. But this same week, probably maybe even tomorrow, Thursday. I don't know how your schedule is.
I'll let you know.
All right, sir.
I'll let you know. I'm
But
not sure.
I've
I have to check my calendar. Yeah.
okay, sir. We've been greatly blessed here. You know, one of the things we're gonna do, we're gonna get quotes from this live stream and put it up so people can also learn from what we're sharing here today. You've shared so much depth of wisdom, sir.
Mm.
The marriage is defined by purpose. So meaning don't fall in love without purpose. In
Yeah.
fact, if you don't know your purpose, you will fall in love wrongly, you
Mm.
know, and you are in the marriage, even when there are circumstances, there's nothing the devil will not fight, and it is because of the purpose. So when the
Yeah.
storm comes, you will know that there is a purpose for this storm. And you look at your partner, there's a reason to fight through this marriage together because there
Hmm.
is a great purpose. There is a place we are going to. So when
Yeah.
there is no purpose, there's no reason to fight. When
Yeah.
there's no purpose, there's no strength to conquer storm, to overcome storm. There's no reason to get better. you know Marriage is not just for having children, and there are people who feel their marriages have failed because of they measure marriages based on what marriage is not meant for alone, but not on purpose. And I believe that the purpose of marriage is the reason for marriage.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Pastor Tosin Tanimola. There's a
Thank
question I
you.
wanted to ask you, which is about your book that is coming up. I wanted you to share some insights on the book, and I believe that's what we'll be doing specifically in the next session. What if I succeed? So if you're watching this now, ensure that you watch the part two. Pastor Tosin Tanimola is going to be, giving us some insight on that book, What If I Succeed? It's a book that will challenge you. And by the time the book is out, I believe the website and, physical locations where you could buy the book will be made known to each and every one of you. So you can go
Absolutely.
get that book. It's the book for the season. I'm not just saying this. I'm saying this because I love you and I know that it will kickstart an unusual, glorious journey in your life.
Amen.
Thank you, sir, for coming
Thank you
on this
very much.
show. Thank you for coming on the first ever
Yes,
Yes You
sir.
Can YouTube Live.
Thank you very much. Thank you
Thank
very
you for
much.
kickstarting this show. It's
No,
such
no,
an
no,
honor,
no
sir.
problem. I'm seeing comments. By God, grace of God, we'll do part two. That's a
All right,
promise.
sir.
But we just need to put the date to it. Yeah. Thank you very
Okay,
much for
sir.
having me. Yeah.
God, thank you, sir. God bless you, sir. We love you.
Bless you too. We
Yes,
love you too.
you
Thank
can.
you,
And if you're watching
everybody.
this,
Thank you so much.
thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching. God bless
Yes,
you.
sir.
We love you.
Amen.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much. Bless you too. Have a lovely day.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Bye.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.